last time on the
Oh shit.
misadventures of Rams. There's a few things happen. You attended, you and Art attended a meeting. You came across the father of Pop. He had been more or less dealing with councilship while you were gone. At that time, you spoke with him in time you set up a meeting with him just to speak about business and personal stuff, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
It's been a day since the session, so I can't remember.
it was just generally like, hi, I'm your son-in-law.
Alright,
Like,
pleasure to meet you.
not
Grandson,
son-in-law,
technically.
but
Yeah.
grandson, because yeah, adoption, not in-law. That'd be like marriage.
Yeah. But, yeah. At this point, this would probably be. It would be the next day, so, yeah. You would. This would be probably the last day that he'd be in town, also. Because since you're here, he doesn't have to do shit. So he leaves. Doesn't want to deal with it.
I
Literally, why would he? Like, oh yeah, here. Have fun with business. So he would be in town for a day. Longer, just so you could speak. Then he would leave. Whenever you reach the council, he would ask for a private room. You all would get one. Then he just sits down, looks at you. What do you want to know?
it's not really. I want to know. It's more of a just. I've never met you, and you're Napok's dad.
Yes. We've met once before, but it was a while ago, so you might not remember me. You were a baby.
I'm guessing I don't remember him.
No.
I don't remember you, fortunately.
You were a baby, so understandable.
Napok never talked about you either.
We didn't get along.
That's what I thought.
Two different mentalities. He didn't like political problems. I did. Though in my age, I stopped caring.
I'm sure you have some advice for me in the proceedings to come. I would appreciate that.
Depends on what type of advice you want. Who
I
are
don't
you
know.
dealing with? The dragons or dragonborn?
Mostly Dragonborn. I don't think I'm as of yet cut out to uh
Speak with dragons.
yeah, I'm not at that level, so I'm getting texts because I'm gonna throw a pizza in the oven because my dad's gonna cut off my Wi-Fi because he's like that. I'll be right back. Sorry.
No, you good.
Sorry about that. I had a sending.
No, you good?
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Where were we?
Dragon.
Yeah.
Advice.
I'm new to this, and I don't know what to expect or do.
Well, the best way to speak to people. Do it up front. Be bold. Don't stutter.
Hmm.
If you stutter, you tell them that you're afraid. And if you're afraid, you'll give in easy. Because it's true.
Yeah.
So, don't stutter. Speak strong. They won't treat you less because you're a kobold. Though the chromatics may see you differently, the dragonborn normally won't. There are a few. So, speak up. Don't be quiet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The same goes for the dragons. They like bold. The chromatics like a more authoritative dragonborn or kobold. So give off an aura of authority. You're meant to be there. There's a reason why you're meant to be there. So be there. Don't be a passenger. Be the driver. If they ask for advice, give it. If there's reason to give it. Don't just sit there and dawdle. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I have to assert myself and speak up. Yeah.
Napak had a problem with doing that. He was quiet. He gave in a lot.
I wouldn't say that.
He had busier things to do. So things got behind. That caught up with him in later years.
Mm.
So, his free time that he loved was taken away from him due to duties. So don't let things get behind.
Okay. Some things. Okay. Uh, um. I don't know how long these meetings are going to be held, but do you mind sticking around for a little bit longer?
I have other
I,
things to do at home. There's a reason why I stayed here, and it is just to be a substitute. I'm not a teacher. Learn on the job. It's not hard.
okay. Where is your home? I guess
South, in Silver Dragon territory, I live in a estate.
I was I was only raised in the house here. I don't know.
The estate is a lot smaller than the house here in the parks. And Park spent a lot of his grandfather's fortune on the house.
What's the estate like?
Small. My wife is gone. So, it's only me. Right now, I've hired a few people to take care of it, and whenever I get back, it'll just be me again.
Okay. Uh, um, okay. It, if I were to want to, I don't. It's kind of weird thinking about that. I had family that I didn't know.
I said Napak didn't like me. We did
Talk to-
not like each other that much. I loved him like a son, as any father would. Though our differences were great, enough to where he would stay away from me.
Okay.
It is sad.
Yeah. But Napak was a good man. Is a good man.
Yes, I was told that you still hold on to his life.
Yeah. Okay.
Sadly, I do not.
What sort of vibes with my Medj guys does this guy give off?
None.
Okay. Um.
Actually,
Well.
he would give off, sorry, stay faint magic aura. One second. Double check the spell. Be enchantment.
Enchantment.
But that could be more or less anything.
Yeah.
Is that all?
Um.
I'm sorry, that's probably not what you wanted to hear from me. You would most likely want to hear that I hope my son is alive. I did. For 2 years. But he's never been gone longer than a month. 1 year passed, I was afraid. 2 years, I came to terms. What he did in his free time, I do not know, but it was arcane in nature. Something I am not a overly fan of. It has its uses, of course. But outside of that, I am not a fan.
You probably already know that I'm an arcane. I'm a wizard myself.
Yes,
I'm following in
I
the
know.
pucks. Yeah. He was stronger than I think either of us knew at the time.
Yes, he was strong in the arcane, I understand that. I know his capabilities.
Stronger than
Knew his
that.
capabilities.
He's. I.
I am equally as capable with a blade. I prefer the blade.
Okay. Are you like Mr. Why do I keep forgetting his fucking last name? Mr. Finwall? And
No. I am not a dragon slayer.
no, like a fighting style. Are you
A
armored or
fighter.
more? Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate you staying here for the extra day to talk to me. I I did want to talk about the family as a whole more.
There's not much of us left. The few members that are dying off, being born, but that's unlikely. And those that are being born are not in the country, for they are members of the family that have left. So, I could not tell you where they are. If only I knew.
Well, can't dwell on family like that. I've spent a long time myself looking for Napak, and I don't know if I was just naive or foolish or I don't know, but uh, I think I might have strewn off a path Napak wanted me to take. I don't know if I want to take that path myself. I love him, and for a long time I saw him as infallible, but I think I know now that he wasn't. No one's infallible. No one's perfect. But I think it might gladden your heart to hear that at least I think he was a good man. I'm missing a lot. And I do intend to find him, but I do have time in a way. Fairly young, guess. I shouldn't neglect other things that might hurt or help others for a frankly selfish personal quest for uh, this long that I have. I should. I don't know what I should do, but I I think I should help people with something. I want to help. I don't know how or who.
Do what you want. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Then find it. Then do it. That is what Napak was doing. Do what Napak wanted. If that is what you want, do what you want. Heal the sick. Give to the poor. Blah, blah, blah.
You seem like you don't agree with Napak's, I guess you could say, charitable actions.
Napak's charitable actions were not charitable. They were a facade. He knows how to play people. Play the game. The long game. He learned that from me. In his older years, yes, they were most likely good intentions. Though early they were not. He wanted power. But not power as one would see it normally. Power of the people. Something of that sort. Though, as said, he was most likely a good man in his later years. But before, not so much. He was like me. Cold.
Hmm. Okay. I I don't know who he was before I met him. He did talk vaguely of his past stories and the such, but they seemed there weren't. I knew then, and I just didn't want to admit it, that they were more fable than reality most of the time. Um, but I don't know.
Not many do. Well, if there are more questions, ask. I'm leaving soon.
As said, I do intend to. I won't set him away. I do intend to take up Nepok's affairs in not just the council, but also the family.
You're in luck. There's not much left.
I would like to know what little bit there might be left.
You have me. You have the distant relative that is a dragon. Then, outside of that, more or less no one. No one of note and in political power. Everyone else has left. The Balwinox family has died off. That is life.
If there's someone else, if there's someone left to carry on the name that hasn't died yet, I know
True.
that. I know that. And I intend to carry on the name with pride, the name that Napak gave me. I intend to carry that on. And I don't. I don't. It feels awkward to talk about this, but I want to know the financial situation that we're in. I know what coinage and resources I personally have, but I don't know what the family has. And if the family itself is in the shape that you say, and it very well might be, I would like to know what's left.
Not much, besides my own estate. Napox is the largest. He inherited a majority, well, all of my father's inheritance. Your great grandfather.
He mentioned him once or twice, but not often.
Well, his inheritance is the reason why you live in such a mansion.
And the rest is
Not
spent.
more or less. A good portion of it did need to go to keeping the house in order.
That makes sense. Alright. I know what I have to do as a start, and it's something that a lot of people have to do.
Build up a financial portfolio.
Yeah. I can make an enchant, admittedly simple, magic wands and the such, and currently working on a wand of thaumaturgy. And I could, in theory, make higher tiered wands and the such, given the necessary time. So that's a potential source of income. I'm thinking out loud. I do that sometimes.
The council pays, though it's more, they pay for land taxes and in the such. You will need to pay for your own food, of course, but it does not pay for repairs to the home and the such. So you will
Yeah.
need to take care of that. As long as you take part in the council meetings, your taxes will be nullified. You will be safe. As
Okay. That's at least one potential problem. Uh, Secured.
it would have been a major problem. Your home is massive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's odd. Napak not just didn't talk about you much, or his, I guess it would be my great grandfather, but the entire family as a whole, just its general history, he didn't indulge much into that. I don't know what uh, books and tomes he has. Like, I don't know them all. There's a fair few, but I do. I would like to know the history of our family.
It's a fairly young one compared to most. The parent families are dead. So most relatives that you would gain from that are long gone. We had a sister family. It is dead. The last member died off close to 50 years ago. Not marrying, bearing children, and that sort.
That seems to be a common theme with the last, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm not sure about marriage or children as of yet. I am, as said, as you know, young and naive in many things.
If you prove yourself in the meetings, the silver dragon will most likely change your form into a dragonborn, so you will not need to worry about most things. So,
I don't mind being a kobold.
most don't.
I don't think I would want to be something other than I am.
You will still be you. Your genetics will change along with it, do not worry.
Even physically, I think I've been across a lot of dragon mascots, and surprisingly enough, I've spent a lot of my time in Black Dragon territory. But I've seen how kobold, my kind, are treated, and I met many that prove the misconceptions of our race just plainly wrong. Myself is a good example of what we could be, even meek as I am. I I wouldn't want to be other than anything other than what I am. I know the Silver Dragon would likely accept that as face value, and thought hasn't crossed my mind till now.
That is your choice. Though most kobolds that join a noble family do accept. Not because of them being a kobold, of course, more for the ability to continue the line in a more pure manner. But it is completely up to you.
I think this could be a opportunity. A opportunity? It is a problem, but who says that a family line of nobility has to be a dragonborn?
No one. Kobold dragonborn, no, kobold families do exist, though they are very few. They were more prevalent in the last stage. They have slowly died off. Many dragonborn and kobold families are dying off due to age. Many don't.
It is a new age. It is a time of change. The wars in Aslan may keep going on, but they seem to be coming to a eventual and very potential end. The persecution of the arcane caster in Estrangalia is well coming to a potential close, and Keldar seems to be making more plays than they have in the past. Many, many more plays, trade deals, and the such.
Keldar always makes trade deals. They are normal. They never go too far. They understand that.
I feel as though there might be other situations in Keldar that will result in greater change.
Which of the families do you speak of?
Not in particular.
I've had my own dealings with them before. They are, most of them, backhanded. They will do what they want and turn their words against you. That is
Like
how
you
they
do.
normally work.
Like you do.
Yes, We're politicians. It's what we do. The dragons do it. We do it. The only people that do not do it are the soldier. Or the blind civilian.
I value truth. This is not surprising. Napak always said he valued it, but that might be, in your eyes, a lie.
Wouldn't it be funny then? Telling you that he values truth whenever that is a lie. What is the word? Hypocritical.
It would be. And I don't, at this time, that wouldn't even. It would surprise me, but I don't believe it would crush me like it would have before. Before I've left, before I traveled, before I saw much of the world, knowing now that there's much more to see, much more to learn.
Much more to fear. The world's a dangerous place.
It is.
There's
It is
more to
very.
fear than there is to learn.
But you can learn of what you fear. There is much to fear, there's much to learn, but fear should not hold you back from learning. It is dangerous at times to learn. That's why precautions are made, and even if you make all the precautions in the world, they will fail. But that's why we change. We adapt. This is something my kin, kobolds, are good at. Speaking purely on a biological level. It's innate in us. I intend to take up the full mantle of House Ballanox and all that it means, and I also intend to find Napak, and I intend to do many, many more things. I just wanted to let you know that I will not be cowed anymore. I I know I have my issues with speaking up, with talking out loud and talking too much at times and talking not enough at times. I have issues with that, and I intend to try, one way or another, to move past those, find confidence. I regret that you've had to come out of your. I'm assuming you were in retirement.
Yes.
I'm sorry that you've had to do that due to my childish behavior. But I intend to rectify that. If I have other questions, and I probably will, Will you be available to answer them? I have sending and letters of sending and the such.
Use letters of sending. I will not receive the sending letters. The sending spells.
Understood.
Well then, a pleasure. I will be leaving.
Understood.
At this point, he gets up and leaves.
I don't know what to do now. Shoot. I'm gonna just wait for a minute. Then also leave.
Whenever you exit, he's long gone.
Hmm.
Looking around, he's not there.
Skedaddle.
He's no longer fucking needed, so he's getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm done here, bitches. Small things that would happen also. After around the 15th day, whenever the everything's done, this would actually be around the 16th. Around the 17th day, so just a few days before the rest of the peoples arrive, you would get a doorbell ding dong.
The look.
It would be someone you haven't seen before. Find the art for them. It's just general basic art.
This would be after the journals, right?
This would be a little bit after. Yeah, this would be a little bit after the journals.
Okay.
A bit about 2 days. So you would only be 4 journals in.
Let's see here. Okay.
Find him. Fucking hell, I lost the art. God damn it. Fuck me. I really need to, just save it to Pinterest. It will never go away there. There it is. There's the boy. This handsome man.
Oh, he is handsome.
He would just ding dong. Stand there waiting.
I would go out and hello, sir.
Ribley Bolwinox, I presume?
Yes, sir.
Well,
Who?
pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Who do I have the pleasure of meeting with?
My name is Al. Just call me Al. Simple, short, sweet.
AL.
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 Yep, Al. I represent a certain man. That had, well, best way to say, business relations with your father. He would like to continue said business relations with you, for your father owed a debt that has not been completely repaid. Would you be willing?
What were the debts?
Do you have somewhere more private to speak?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. to let him inside. Do the thing. Gonna give him a glance over with the magic eyes.
This guy gives off a little bit of janky magic. Let me find the exact one because I can't remember the type. This guide. Give it time to load. Find Bart would be not here anymore. Bart probably would be outside. Savant would be in there. He would be. How I dragged you here? I have. You're looking at it with true sight, yeah.
With my magic eyes. That's the keys.
With my magic eyes.
Not just true sight, but the minute.
Okay. He with true sight, he looks normal.
So not like a changeling or
no, he's not
shit like that.
changeling.
Okay.
You would detect aberration from this man. He is an aberration. Though there is hints of humanoid in him too. So he's not a full aberration, though he gives off full aberration.
Like
the best way to put
much more than anyone else would.
Kind of like how Bart gives off celestial.
Okay.
More than the average man. So just give him free assets. Let's give. Actually, I could just scroll down here. Go to this. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Let's give him.
Does he have kind of yellow eyes?
He does not.
Okay. Just trying to look in more at the art. Okay. Small detail.
His eye color would be brownish gold.
Okay. Oh yes, this man is definitely a redhead and not a blonde.
"30 blonde is what I see.
This is a redhead.
Yeah, shush. We don't look at the token art, for I just grabbed it.
Sort of right this way, Al? Mr. Al?
Oh,
Just
Al's just fine.
Okay. Come inside, give the dragon guard a glance.
He'll nod to the dragon guard.
Show him into this first office.
Any seat?
Yeah, sure.
Or would you like me to stand? Either way works for me.
You can sit if you want. I'm gonna sit.
I will sit.
Okay.
So, best way to put it. The dealings your father had were of a tries to find the words to say it. Were of a secretive nature. Yes. The items were hard to procure, of course. There were 10 in total, though he has paid all 5. So,
head tilt. What?
I'm not the best at describing it. Let me. He snaps fingers. Well, it's a little fast, but he just reaches into his pocket, pulls out a brazier and a stick of incense. All right. I'm not the best at describing things, but my boss is. Would you allow me to light this incense so you could speak with him? I'm sorry, this is sudden.
Sure.
If you want, you can test me, say everything, blah blah blah. I am not lying. This will not harm you in any way. On my soul.
I would like to know who your boss is.
Best way to put it, he has a few names. A lot of people know him. What would the name go by here? Thing. I could go by the general name. Do you want the general name?
If that works.
It would narrow it down.
Hmm?
Do you know Coors? Famous man. Lovely guy.
Why would I roll?
History.
20.
He wasn't lying whenever he said Coors. It clicks. For he does have many names, but they're mainly titles instead of names. Crown Slayer is one. Dragon Slayer is another. Coors is the leader of the High Sins.
Okay. You can light your incense.
Lovely. As he starts to roll up sleeves, as whenever he rolls up the sleeves to like his elbows, you can now see like on the lower part of his arm, you do see a tattoo. Find it. So whenever I suck at spelling tattoo.
Tatto. Oh.
Yeah, I always forget the fucking. Copy image.
You always forget the second T.
Yeah, fucking every time. So you can see the intricacies of the tattoo. It would be the 8th tattoo. So the bottom right.
Didn't Radek have a tattoo kind of like this?
Nope. Voss did.
Voss, yes, Voss.
Voss had it on his hand.
Which one was that?
He had, I think, the 3rd.
Okay. So this guy has 8.
8, yep.
Okay.
Let's see.
Going off of intricacy means more importance. Neat.
See, lights it, like, just waits. Just grinning happily. So, alright, about at this time, just take a deep breath as he just wafts it. As you see just his eyes go black. Like, I hate this feeling. I'm guessing, Mr. Ribley Balmanox.
Yes.
A pleasure to be meeting you. face to not my face.
I'm assuming your course?
I am. Pleasure.
The pleasure's all mine. What can I do for you?
Well, the payment would be lovely, though I'm guessing Al did not tell you the intricacies of said payment.
The most he told me was that there was 10 things, and the Puck got 5?
Yes, he paid all
That's...
5, yes.
I don't know what the objects... I'm assuming they're objects of some kind were.
They were. They were a
Mm.
type of fuel source used in the Nine Hills called soul coins. Legitimate coins, not the glint that most people use nowadays. These were the currency of the past, but now they are mainly a fuel source.
Okay.
I don't know the intricacies of why he needed it, though he did say, fuel. Don't worry, if this hurts your conscience, they were fuel of the evil people, evil souls. If that makes you feel any better, they were not innocents. They were very evil people.
I'm not a fan of having any soul trapped in that manner, kept from their afterlife or the divine
Oh,
that
you would
governs that.
prefer them being here. The
But
tortures that they would have to endure would be just outright evil. Don't worry, whenever the soul coin is used, they are either released or damned entirely to the eternal nothingness. Though some would call it the void.
The outer ethereal, if you
Yes.
will.
Well, less that and more nothing. True nothing. The
Mm.
nothingness that is nothing. Many consider it a blissful experience, others do not.
Okay. And I'm assuming the Puck needed 10 of these soul coins upon, and you've made an agreement with him to pay them back.
Yes, though he was paying them back in a not so dastardly manner. He was giving information about, well, your meeting. Small things, tidbits of information that are nearly priceless.
So he was giving information to you about the council.
Yes. As payment, of course. And on our eternal word, we do not use said information against the dragon nation.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you have others in the council that do this very job you ask me.
Oh, of course. You're far from the only one.
Then why would you need me? Why would you need that information from me?
Multiple sources, many different ways of seeing views. That is why. People hear things other people do not. Such as having multiple ways of speaking is multiple sources gives you a more accurate end product. We are accuracy. It's what we do.
I don't know if you know this, but I have a bad experience. A fair few bad experiences with the high sins already.
What do you mean?
Do you happen to know an individual named Melvis?
Major-like fellow. Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Then yes. She's one of my higher ranking officers, though she has been quiet recently.
What is your opinion of someone at your organization that may or may not have went more or less rogue?
Rogue individuals get that way.
She has it in her mind that. Do you know, there's these items, these fairly rare. I think there's only a few hundred keys. They look like keys.
Which ones? The fake ones or the real ones?
I know there's fake ones, there are real ones, but she has it in her mind that if she collects the real ones, something beneficial will happen to her. I don't know what that might be, but I believe she might be using her assets to further her own ends and not your ends.
Hmm. And what proof do you have of this?
Talking with her, she seems maniacal, self-centered.
Many of us are.
She seems to the point where she will stab anyone in the back to further her own goals, including you. If
Well,
she doesn't answer to your hails, like a former friend of mine did to hers due to your organization, the lower the lower runs have to listen to the higher runs. I believe she might be a danger. She seems unstable, not physically, I know what she is, but more mentally.
so. In what wrong use of company or guild, however you want to see it, uh, benefits has she used?
I'm sure you're well aware that you have access to at least one Hager Coven,
A few, yes.
and I'm assuming having favors with them done cost a fair bit.
Depending on the favor and the coven. Each coven is a bit different. Uh,
Modification of an individual's memory.
Ooh, that's a pricey one. Depending on which memory, how long the memory was, what the memory is, so on and so forth, it could get very pricey.
It was a fairly lengthy conversation, along with, let's just say, a difficult time in my life. The events were changed
Hmm.
long ago.
And this is all in the search for keys, yes?
Yes.
Good to know. We will deal with her. Is that it?
Well,
I will
I
promise you there will be no problems from her. Never again.
I was hoping that it wouldn't come to this, but she has proven herself time and time again to be dangerous. I'm sure that's why you brought her on, is that she can be dangerous.
Well, she was
Well,
the apprentice of a other member of our organization. So she joined out of, well, familial companionship, you could say. We all are a family.
More about this debt that has to be repaid.
Yes, it's a hefty one. That's why I'm here personally. Normally, Al or a lesser person would deal with it, though such a hefty toll would not be done. You understand?
Hmm. I fully understand. Debts must be repaid. That is something I do personally value. Although I do also value that debts are not inherited.
That's not how that works. Sadly,
It is a more personal belief. I know it's not how the world works. I do intend to make impacts as best I can with what I can. But this is more personal wishes.
I will, due to you are inheriting such a debt. That is a hefty one. Uh, I will say we will negate 1 coin's worth of payments, meaning you only need to pay back 4 instead of 5. That is a considerable debt.
Okay. What
So,
would I have to do to repay this debt, and what would happen if I refuse? I'm assuming Al would do what he has to do.
oh no, he will not kill you. He
Hmm.
will take your estate. Through legal means, of course. He is one hell of a lawyer.
He does look the part. He is, to be blank, to be blunt, a fairly good-looking man.
There's a reason why we have him. And of course, if everything works out worse, he will do the worst. Though most of us do not. In the higher echelon, let's say, of the guild, always kill people. A lot of us are talkers.
Hmm. I've met a few, not just the individual we spoke of prior, that indulged in such conversations. A individual named Vass.
Ah, yes. I know Vas. He's gained a mark.
Hmm.
A lucky one, yes.
I have met and talked with him. He is one of the more, how should I put it, less negative interactions I've had with the organization, and very well might be the sole reason why I even talking to you when I heard the name the Hyacinths.
Well, I must thank him then for giving such a good, best way to put it. Um, Memory. Yes.
He helped. He talked me through a few things that I was struggling with at the time, but I have since moved past. But the debt, what would I need to do to further repay it?
Each coin is considered a year. 1 year of information. That meaning 12 meetings for each year, though I know from sources. You're a traveling man, such like your father. So I will give the same deal as I gave him. 12 meetings per year. Meaning, well, 48 meetings worth of information is needed. We can tick that down by meeting, or if, well, you're staying in city for a year. It'll work that way. No matter what, given time, you have an extended lifespan, so it'll be paid back. Hopefully, in time. Though, such things will be, let's say, your death is, best way to put it.
Inconsequential.
Oh, no, 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 no. If you die before the debt is made, you will work for me for a time as a shade. Don't worry, it's not hard labor. You won't be killing people. You'll be doing things by the books. Like a bartender. Or a bouncer. Or something.
Well, as of yet, I do not intend to die, but I doubt many people do.
Many don't.
Shade. Unideal.
Don't worry, this will not dampen your religious needs. If you're a worshiper, but you'll still go to whatever heaven you go to. Do not worry. This is not making a deal with the devil. You're making a deal with me. And I'm far from a devil.
Yeah. Okay. A year per coin. 12 meetings a year. I won't be able to make a number of meetings. This should be expected given my lifestyle.
Yes.
But as long as the information is paid, given time, I'm guessing. Can you elaborate more on this? Is an individual I met. I would have journal, the entries of journal 1, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. This individual is named Fax.
Oh, facts.
Uh,
Which journal are you looking into?
I'm talking more about journal 1.
Entry.
Entry 2. Because that man said he was Napok's dad, but Napok said his dad did.
Facts. 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 Never heard of him.
Hmm. I would request that you look in on this individual. He is, at least claims to be Napok's father. But I have since learned that at least Napok thought that his father was deceased.
No. Well, that information, like that, is delicious. Good to know. I'll look into it. I'll have someone look into it.
He told me that he was staying at an estate in Silver Dragon territory that I presume my family owns in one form or another. I don't want him dead. To clarify, to specify, I just want to know who he is.
That could be arranged. Easy enough, of course.
And you can see this as payment, payment for the favor I gave you in the informing you of Melvis's deeds.
He grins. That works for me. Well, I'm happy to reach an arrangement. If you have any other questions, do be afraid to ask. I do recommend asking them now.
Well, I'm assuming you don't know what Napak needed these coins for.
Not many things utilize soul coins. Most of the time they are utilized by very large things.
Hmm.
These soul coins normally used by weapons of war for the devils. Meaning, that means he must have a weapon of war nearby, or he has an invention or something made by someone, something, blah blah blah, that utilizes them. Or he ate them.
Why would he? Why would someone eat them?
Let's just say the reinvigorating power of a soul is near unmatched.
Longevity?
Longevity, then you have uh, a boost to one's power, or many other things. You could consider them a all around good thing.
Hmm. Well, as you know, Napak was a clever man. Is a clever man. So I'm sure he figured some way to accomplish his goals with the coins, if not set the groundwork for someone else to do it for him. One way or another.
Well, yes then. I only know him just by a little bit, so I don't know the exact everything about him.
I would say he was a good man, but the more I learn about him, I'm questioning many things.
Oh, don't worry. Be doing business with us does not make a man evil. We are just people that know how to get things. We're people that know how to do things. We are people that know how to do everything. We are people from all walks of life. We have creatures from all planes of existence. We do all things. If need be, we can always help. Most of the time, it's getting someone dead, but not all the time.
Well then,
We're all professionals.
12 meetings make a year, and I have 4 years worth of, and a year's a coin. Very well.
If you want to pay off monetary wise, we can go off the current priceage of how much I needed to spend for them. If you want to go by that. Also, though the price is hefty.
I highly doubt I would have the coinage to pay it back that way.
And it's also not with gold or platinum, sadly. It's the currency of the soul.
Click.
A little bit harder to obtain.
Did you have to spend soul coins to get the soul coins?
Soul coins are considerably different than glit. Glit is a remnants of a soul instead of the entirety of the soul.
Hmm.
They are considerably different.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I'm assuming I have, let's say, an abundance of time to repay this debt until my death.
Death of age or death of, well, blade or fire or, well, anything else.
Hmm.
Maw of the hungry beast. Either way. And that's saying if someone does resurrect you, you will be freely able to be resurrected.
Hmm. But the debt would continue.
Oh, of course.
Well then. I wouldn't say it's been a pleasure doing business with you, but I do intend to honor her agreement we've made today.
Lovely. If you ever do need something else, we are always around. It just takes a call.
Does the light fade out back to Al?
More or less, yeah. Well, ooh, strange feeling. I wasn't there for any of that, so I don't know what was covered.
We covered enough.
Well,
I know what I have to do.
lovely.
And you might have a new job sooner rather than later.
Ooh, what is that job?
I think I'll let your boss explain it.
Mm. Okay. Is it killing someone?
Well, not for me.
Oh, lovely.
Let's stand up.
And he'll do the same. A pleasure doing business with you. Um, and
No.
I will always be here if needed. Not be here, of course. Be more uh, able to speak if information is needed, so on and so forth.
I do have a question. Would I be giving the information I gather to you?
Yes, you will be sending it via a letter of a page or something to moi. I'll read over and then I'll deliver.
Understood. I'll, if you so kindly, leave my home.
Gladly. You have a wonderful day.
As to you, and I will escort him to the gate. Give the dragon guard sort of a glance as I walk by. Alright, don't let this man back in the house ever again, Mr. Dragon Guard.
Also, before I do leave, I do have another tidbit of information. More just me saying something. There are people here that want you dead.
I would imagine so.
this is more just best way to put it, uh, professional information. We like you. And it's not because you are who you are, it's more political views. There are things whispered, heard, and a kobold being in, well, court is a not unknown, but, well, very uncommon thing. Most of the time, kobolds normally push for kobold rights. So, fair warning.
Well, I hope that I'm in the good graces enough that your organization will, at the very least, put a high price on my head, considering, at the very least, where I live.
Oh, of course. Though the tower is only stone. That can be very easily brought down.
Oh, there are other means than just the tower.
All magical, of course. There are plenty of ways to get rid of magic. But
Also,
we have...
Graveyard inside, so...
That's only a man. A man, not of a man, but of course...
I'm also really good at running away.
Many people are good at catching.
Hmm.
People are fast.
I only have to run so far.
True. That's so very true. Well, I give you a do. And, toodaloo.
I close the gate.
While leaving, you would see, his body wouldn't shift, but his form, due to true sight, would, as he gives a good little, hat tip goodbye, cause, yeah, no. So, question. You know Grim Hollow, right?
A little bit of it, but not all that much.
Oh, alright. Well, think, you know how transformations are a thing in Grim Hollow?
Mm-hmm.
The aberrant horror is what he is.
Understood.
So you just see a fucking monster just walking down the street all happy as he can be. just I mean a monster.
Yeah, that would be the sense.
You're like, how fun. Alright.
Going back inside. Nothing happened. Not a weird conversation, Art. Don't worry about it. You didn't overhear murder.
You didn't overhear murder. Abadu. Goodbye.
Just gonna go up to probably the lab because good luck anyone getting in there. Art, Mr. Curious.
All they need to do is go through a window.
I thought the lab didn't have any windows.
Yeah, it doesn't. The window's downstairs.
Don't you get fireballed if you don't have the thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. Alright. Gonna tell Art that I had a talk with a man. Next session.
I had a talk with the dude. He was a real nice guy.
Yeah, he was a real nice guy.
Yeah.
Correct terminology.
I'll tell you, have you watched John Wick before?
Which one?
The first one.
Yeah.
Alright, you know how the one lady that breaks the rules of the hotel and she gets just shot the fuck up?
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen to Melvis.
Yeah.
But instead of shot the fuck up, she's gonna get shot with about 18 crossbow bullets. plants that are all heavily poisoned. So you need to
I
work.
mean, there was an attempt there to not have that happen, but I mean,
Just don't.
she did what she did.
Yeah, there's
That's like,
there's no fixing. She kind of used the family uh,
yeah,
things. And
you
that's fine.
can't. Yeah, and Ripley learning more about her race, kinder themselves, about the types that live to be stabilized, and the types that are stabilized. Probably, unfortunately, better to have that not be living.
Yeah, some of them don't keep on doing what she's doing. Some
She
of them,
is.
yeah, she 100%. I want to live a long life, saying a never-ending life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Session end.